Hey y'all, welcome to Just Share Friends, a podcast show where my friends and I dedicate our time to supporting parents of children with autism and other special needs. I'm your host, Shay, and today I have a guest with me, my friend Sade. Say hey, girl.
Hi. Hi, I'm Sade.
I've
Hey.
probably already seen her on the earlier episodes that we did when we were trying to figure out what we're gonna do. And y'all gonna be introduced to Sade a little bit more today, learning a little bit more about her. Today we're gonna be talking about a topic that resonates with myself, Sade, and many of our viewers, and balancing the needs of multiple kids as a single mom when you have one that is on or two on the spectrum. I picked this topic because I did have these challenges earlier on and kind of still face them sometimes, trying to give one child as much attention, as equal attention as you give the other one. But you have one that's on the spectrum. Now, we all know when they're on the spectrum, sometimes they have different needs than the other child, which means that sometimes they need more attention, more watchful eye, more. They just need more. So it can be a challenge making all your kids feel like they're getting all level attention, equal ish. So some of the challenges that I faced being a mother of multiple kids and one on the spectrum is giving one full attention when the other is demanding more attention. So it happens to me at the same time. I don't know, simultaneously. I could be talking to heaven and then here comes Stacy at the same time. So now it's like I have to choose. You laughing. Now it's like I have to choose, you know what I'm saying, who to prioritize. Usually it ends up being the person that was there first. But what if Stacy come along and his situation is more serious than what Heaven and I were talking about? So that's something I get a little twisted up about. Have to think a little longer on it. And then supporting my neurotypical daughter when she's less likely to share her needs. I don't know if you face anything like this, Sade, but sometimes she keeps it in because she thinks that her brother's needs overshadow hers. So she won't
Yeah.
say anything about something that she does need because she feels that it will either stress me out or take away from her brother. So those
hmm
are some things that I struggle with. What about you and y'all family?
So I have four children, two boys, two girls, and I have one. She's on the spectrum. She has a learning disability, and I didn't find this out until she was in kindergarten. I knew something was wrong because before she went to kindergarten, I took her to a neurologist, and they was like, "Oh no, she's just delayed," and I'm like, "She's not speaking though, and she's three." She's not speaking. And to me, I have another child that's younger than her who is speaking, who is, do on his on the course. And then I don't want to say that she's not on the course, but you know, just saying that, it's different.
Mhm.
And I know it's different because I have other children and this one is something going on. You cannot tell me as a mom that she's fine. So I ended up when she went to kindergarten, it started coming out, okay, she has a disability. So just one. And then as far as challenges, I think my biggest challenge is I have a younger daughter and she's 7, and all the other kids think I show her favoritism. They're like, "Oh, you love her more, and this, that, and the third, and you don't love us," and it's just like I had to really sit them down and say, "Hey, I love all you guys. I love all you guys the same amount." And I really did have to say, "Yeah, I need to stop saying it. I get it. It looks different, but it's not. When y'all were this age, it was the same amount of love that she's receiving."
They don't
So
remember that.
yeah, yeah, they don't. And so I mean, think now I try to like hug more because I'm not a if you don't know me, I'm not a huge hugger. So it's like, yeah, don't look at me like that. I'm not. I really am
What?
not. I don't really like people touching me too much. I really am not. And so I had to like, come out of that for my kids, just to say, give them more affection. When I was a child, I didn't get a lot of affection like that. So I need to show them more. And that's all I was doing. That's what I'm doing more is to overcome that challenge as far as with my children. As far as like with my daughter who has a disability, I don't like to treat her any different. I talk everybody else gets sarcasm from me, she gonna get the same sarcasm.
I love that you said that you don't like to treat her different. Now, the reality is when people say that, I feel like when I say it anyways, because I don't like to treat my son different, but we know that they do have different needs. Like you said, like the younger child, obviously have different needs than the teenager. So
Right.
it's something that, you explain to your kids that this is how it is. Their
Hmm.
core needs is not that I'm trying to give them way more attention than you. I love that. You guys had a talk.
Yes, you have to sit and talk to your kids. I don't like to sugarcoat with my kids. I really don't. We're not. I don't know. It's some parents, and I don't want to block parents who do that. But with me, you're gonna get the full thing. I said my son is 16, about to be 17 in a couple of months. I sat him down and said, "Hey, this is what happens if you have unprotected. This is what happens when in the world. It's not easy. I'm not supposed to sugarcoat anything. Like that's just not what we're doing around here.
Yeah.
I want you to. I don't want you to go into this world blindsided and then say my mom didn't teach me anything. No, I'm going to teach you everything I know, and that way you don't fall in the same trap. I guess.
No, I feel you because I hate when people are like, you certain things you should be keeping away from the kid. I think you should have reality age appropriate to the kid.
Yes. Yes.
Or, or in my eyes, some things I say that are a little more than their level, so that they
Mm-hmm.
can ask questions, be like, "What you mean by that?"
Mm-hmm.
And then they
Yeah.
learn. That's how they learn. So I don't like sugarcoating either. We talking about parenting, honey. It's already a full-time job, y'all. Y'all already know that. And then imagine having a full-time job but doing it just by yourself.
Yeah.
It just feels like you got to always work overtime. You know what I'm saying? But like no lunch breaks, no breaks.
Oh no, you don't get a break at
That's
all.
basically what it feels like parenting, especially when you're single. You got to add that to it. I mean, it's a reality. We're single. And then add the unique needs of your child that has autism. So all that, it sounds like a lot. You might think you're starting to get overwhelmed. Do not, okay? Because we're going to talk about stuff that you could do to make all your kids feel loved and supported equally. Try it, okay? So we're gonna share these tips and stuff, and give you guys encouragement along the way because that's really what this is about too. Encouragement. So going along those same lines of encouragement, I mean, first acknowledge everybody is doing a great job. I'm not here to me and Sade not here to blame nobody. You doing terrible. Okay. That's not what this is for. This is for us to come together and try to find a way to help each other. Me and Sade been doing it a little bit. I've been doing it a little longer than Sade, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like she is a vet too. She has
Yeah.
credentials as well. She has them. So let's first acknowledge the reality of this challenge that we have as single parents, single moms. For me and Sade, you're wearing all the hats, you're doing all the jobs. What they call it, Sade?
What, multitasker?
The trade person. What am I trying to think of? Oh, the jack of all trades.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
why
Jack
do
of
laugh
all
at and
trades.
not help me? This is what I don't understand. Some friend you are. You're gonna let me struggle.
I
Um,
was gonna let you figure it out, friend. Like that's
the jack of all trades, the Jane of all trades in our hand. In our case, we caregivers, yeah. Providers. That means somebody got to keep the bills going. Somebody got to keep the lights on, the water on, the mortgage page, etc. We teachers, okay. They do go to school, but we still teaching them,
yeah.
still teaching them, and we're their advocate because we literally have to speak for them to other adults, anyways. So yeah. What else, Sade? Because I know it's more jobs.
I mean, you're their therapist because you got to hear what they're saying and what's going on with school.
Facts,
You're
facts,
you're their doctor, their nurse, all of
facts.
that. Every
Chauffeur for me. I know I
yeah.
be driving them all around.
Oh my God, it's everything. You're
It's
their
in
biggest
Liz.
supporter.
It's endless. I be doing sometimes be doing their laundry when they do too much. Look, and I know some of them still doing the laundry, but mine are older. So you know what I'm saying? And when they're younger, of course, you're doing that too.
Hmm.
Wear that hat too. You got to do a lot of stuff. And we're their chef. Did I say that?
Oh,
Big one. Okay. When one child requires more attention due to their needs, it can create feelings of guilt, imbalance, and even resentment among the other siblings. And
mm,
this is something that I don't think we really think about when we're going along our way. None of this is nobody's fault though. And especially if you're watching us right now, because even recognizing that you have an issue in this topic, it means that you care about it means you care about all your kids. So that's the first step, and acknowledge that you love all your kids the same. You're doing a good job. In this episode, we're gonna talk about finding the ways to balance your time and energy so that all your kids and you feel seen and valued, which is super important, even if they're kids. Kids want to feel valued, feel the inclusion in the family, like their opinion matters, what they say matters. They want to feel that. So I came across a article because y'all already know. Y'all already know. I'm about to
we
look it
gotta
up.
have our articles.
Yes, honey. I like to have the professionals because, although we gave y'all our credentials, I'm an autism mom. She's an autism mom. You might want to hear something from a professional as well. I found one. Her name's Angela. Angela Conrad. She's actually a retired special education teacher. So that means she was doing it from that long. And she has two boys on the spectrum. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She has two boys on the spectrum, and I think they 1 year apart. So she emphasized in the article, which I will put the link in the description for y'all to read it yourself if y'all want to. There's a lot of good stuff, but I just pulled this one little thing here. So she emphasized it's important to establish a routine to maintain structure in families like ours. So while it might not be that important for the one family structure like ours need routine and actually thrive on it, especially the kids. Angela says that their routine consists of both the boys and their schedule. So, and it's visual too. So they can see their routine. It has whatever his name, I guess, Little Johnny and then Little Ryan, and whatever their schedule is for that week. When they both know what to do, she says, then it makes her life much easier. Of course, they do it as a family to teach unity and teamwork, which they have family meetings to do their routine to talk about it. So if something on the routine about to be different that she knows, she just call a meeting and then they discuss it that way. So
Mm.
they always know what's coming, which is I think is important to the kids knowing what's happening in their lives. That helps out a lot, let me tell you. Y'all know we already said this is a topic that's really close to my heart and Sade's. Myself as a mom with two kids and one on the spectrum, I struggle with feeling like I'm not getting given both of them enough equally. And one of my breakthrough moments came when we were actually implementing some of these things at family meeting, before we started implementing everything else. And in one of these family meetings, Heaven said that she said that it wasn't fair that me and her did all the chores, and then also my niece was living there too, and my sister. Everybody do chores except for Stacy.
Mm.
And we was like, oh, and I was like, I said, who you talking to? First of all, it won't even her turn to talk. She was just excited. So everybody just shut up and let her talk, basically.
Right.
So at first, I was like wanting to quiet her down. I wanted to tell her to watch her tone and all that stuff. So I started and then I stopped. And I said, you think Stacy don't do no chores? And she basically was like, I don't think he don't. What do he do? And I said, well, he take out the trash. She said, okay, what else? I had nothing. I had nothing. That's all he did was take out the trash. That's it. So she said it wasn't fair and it made her mad. And every time she did her chores, she was mad. So that right there, even 7-year-old Heaven right there, it told me a lot. It told me every time she went to do her chore, she mad at her brother. Now, what if I would have let that go on and on and on? How mad do you think she would have got with her brother after years of that? Years of it. Just sitting there like just resentful, just cleaning her bathroom when she an adult. So after that, I started adding Stacy to the chore list. And as y'all know, today he does chores. He actually does more than everybody else. I guess we leveling in and out, you know. Gotta build
Mhm.
it back up. He also needs more practice, but that's neither here nor there. So, Sade, well, you are a fellow single mom. Your
Mhm.
journey is similar, so similar it's crazy. I think that's why we're friends.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too.
Please share your experience balancing the needs of all your 18 kids.
Oh my gosh, not 18. Don't do me like that. What? No, I just told them I was pregnant and I was gonna have a fifth kid, and they was like, oh no, all of
No more, please, no more.
them. But no, I would say pretty much I make sure all my kids have chores except for the youngest. And I think that's why a lot of them are like, why she's not able to do anything. And I have to explain to them and say, well, she's younger and she's gonna start her chore journey when she turns 8. You know, everybody has an age limit, you know. So at 8 years old, that's why I feel like you're able to start doing more and contributing more to the household. My daughter, the one that has it, my oldest daughter, Alana, that's her name. I don't want to put her name out there, but she started doing chores a little bit older than everybody else because she couldn't. Her disability is you can teach her something and it's gone like that. So right now, she's sweeping, but really at her age, I already taught my oldest that. I already had taught my oldest by this time, you know, washing dishes, and that's where she's supposed to be at. But unfortunately, like she that she's not able to do that right now. So I'm still trying to work around it as far as like putting how I can help her more. And when I say it was a struggle just to teach her how to sweep, it was like a struggle. So it's like when I'm still learning, you know, how to teach her.
Mm,
And it that right there alone, when we first found out that she had a disability, and I like I said earlier, like I knew something was off because it used to frustrate me that I couldn't teach her how to tie her shoes. I couldn't teach her how to spell her name. Like with both my other kids, how I taught them how to spell their name, I came up with their name song. You know, my oldest, his song was "My name is Anthony." Well, how do you spell it? You know what I'm saying? So, but when it came to her, she just couldn't grasp that song. Like, you know, she had a little song, but she couldn't do it. So it frustrated me. And I felt like, you know, back before I found out, you know, before she was diagnosed, I was just like, I'm doing something wrong. You know, it gotta be something, it's gotta be me. And I really blame myself because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. You know, what am I doing wrong? And after I was diagnosed, I was just like, okay, I mean, she was diagnosed. I was like, okay, well, that's it. But still, how do I teach her? And I still struggle again to this day. I still struggle. How do I teach her? You know, I am happy when she does go to class and they bringing it back and she's like, she's learning how to read now. And it's just like, oh my God, it's like, girl, read to me again, you know? So I don't know. I think it's more of my struggle is with dealing with multiple kids and not trying to put one person on a pedestal is just I don't even know how to say this, but making sure each and every one of them have their time with me as well too. You
mhm.
know, one year my son, the only thing he wanted for his birthday was he just wanted to spend time with me too.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's so sweet of him. Yeah, see, he's the type to do that too.
You know which one I'm
I just
talking
want to
about.
hang out with you, mama. Oh, sweet. Yes,
Yeah.
but that is a barrier too. So you said that just try and find time for everybody. When think about it, you're a single mom. What you doing? You got to keep the lights on, so you got to work
Yeah, I
already.
have 2 jobs.
And she got two jobs already. Okay. I can't get in on this train because I don't have no job. I'm retired. This is my job basically. But you already have time that's taken away from your job, from, your other kids. And then when do you squeeze in time to hang out with other adults? When do you squeeze that in? And then you also supposed to hang out with yourself, Sade.
Yes,
It's
yes.
got to be 29 hours in the day or something, or something.
Yeah, last year, wasn't this year, but last year I had told myself because I felt myself going into a depression, and I started to realize that I never had a day to myself. It was either kids, work, ex, and cooking, doing stuff around the house. I never had a day for myself. So it was like I needed a self-care day. And I told myself like I'm gonna make sure I have one. And I did. And it was amazing. I smiled that whole day because it
Wow.
was about me.
Are you
Mhm.
still doing it? Like on a
Well, this year I haven't done it because it's a lot of stuff been going on this year. And but I do plan to start back to just having a day to myself, at least once a month. And I know a lot of people probably say just once a month, that's not a lot, but
No,
you still
it's just enough. Trust me, just enough. Especially when you thinking about if you take more than once a month, what are you taking time away from? What else? Like that's what
right.
I'm thinking about. Like, no, once a week. What? That's too much.
Yeah, that's too much because I still got, my kids still come up to me and say, Mom, I need this. I need you to do this, and then you have to put, everybody has to have their own schedule as well too,
Hmm.
so
Yep.
like
Well, let's just go ahead and get into these tips because you about to start firing her off anyways. So we got some. No, you right on track with me. We
I'm
got some
sorry.
tips and what they call actionable advice.
Mm-hmm.
Actionable advice. That means you gotta take action, okay? Basically.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to highlight that part. That means you gotta take action. Any advice that I give you from here on further, you probably need to do something. Take action. Okay? So let's dive into the tips, the actionable tips, to help you balance your time and energy. Okay, we're gonna use some of these. I looked through it. Sade briefly looked through it because I forgot to send it to her. And we're gonna try some of these. Number one, create a family schedule. I think we're already on track on that. Me and Stacy in heaven because we have a little routine board. If you watch my TikTok live stream, you have seen it. It's not completely done. I still want to add some stuff, but we're on the right track with that. And dedicate specific times for one-on-one activities in that schedule for each child. We were talking about that earlier. This could be as simple as reading a book with one of them while the other one doing something. Or you have your mom date like you and Sun did with each
Mm-hmm.
kid. Now, when you got 19 kids like Sade,
She keep coming for me.
but no, yes, essential. I do that from time to time, uh, as much as I can actually. And lately, Heaven has been reminding me, "Do you want to go do this, or do you want to watch a movie?" And then she'd be like, "Without Stacy," I'd be like, "Yeah, okay." She remind without Stacy, just me and you. And sometimes they're not gonna say that. So when they say it, make sure you accept it with grace, because
Mm.
it's okay for them to want that. It's okay for them. What about you? What y'all schedule and stuff looking like?
So we like to have family nights where we'll just like either we'll pile in my bed and we'll just watch a movie, have popcorn, things of that nature. Right now, I have the kids because it's Christmas. We have an advent calendar, and every day with everybody, you cannot open your gift until we're all together. That way, we can all open your gift together. And I have them pick a number and to see who's next and stuff like that, so everybody has a day. But that's our family thing. Just the other day, we put the tree up together, all of us. So I like to make sure that y'all have a family day where y'all spending together. Like I said, I got two jobs, so it's like I have a lot that I'm always tired. It doesn't doesn't help because once I get off of one job, I'm cooking, making sure they eat their dinner, and then everybody got to get ready for school. So I still have to put aside to we're gonna have a family day. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care if I fall asleep on that movie. Dang it, I'm there. and we're spending it together. And then my kids enjoy that. They like game nights and stuff like that. So, you know,
Family activities as a family. And if
mm,
you don't mind me saying, Sade, I noticed when I was watching your live stream that even during your morning routine, y'all are so fluid. It almost seems like each child knows when it's their turn. I don't know if you notice this about them. So the little one comes in first,
mhm.
get her hair done and her, stuff put on her face and that. And then you talk to the next one, the I don't know all their names. I'm sorry. Y'all know it's 28 of them. And then the next one, the your son with the glasses.
And Calvin.
Yeah. And then, on. And I noticed that after like watching you for like 3 days, I was like, man, they just know, like they take turns. They
It's
don't
a real
attack
thing.
you at the same time like mine do. How do you?
No, see, they have done that in the past, but I have to tell them because I get overwhelmed, and I know that sounds crazy, but I do. I get overwhelmed when you're coming to me at one time.
Girl,
Like
that
it's
sounds,
four of them, and you
it's,
gotta hold on.
how can I listen to? I say that all the time. How can I listen to both of y'all at the same time? I don't know where y'all think I am, an AI, computer. I'm not. Okay?
Like you're,
I can
yeah,
barely focus on one conversation. You trying to come at me two ways? No, I didn't hear nothing. Neither one.
exactly. I get so overwhelmed like when they come at me all at once. So I have told them like, hey, nah, one at a time. And then so now I love how it is now because they know. Like you can't just talk to mom and I'm talking to mom. Hold on, she's gone. Let me go ahead and talk to her now. You
Right.
know, because now I have you have my undivided attention. So I'm able to talk to you and we can talk about your day. I love how everybody comes in at different times. So when they get out of school, my oldest comes home first, and then he'll talk to me. Hey, mom, how's your day going? With this, that, and the third, and then my youngest baby comes home. Then she comes and talks to me, gives me all my hugs. And then of course my two middles they come, but they come at the same time, so they're sitting literally at my desk at the same time. But my oldest daughter, she speaks to me first, and then my youngest son he talks. So it's like everybody, like you said, everybody has a flow to it. I don't know, and we've been doing it so long. It's just like it's just how it is, I guess.
Yes, y'all are a cohesive unit. I don't know if y'all know that. Y'all are. Next, which is what you just started to talk about, you can involve them with helping you with stuff around the house to segue into the family time because, you know, let's say for example, one thing that we do as a family is if one person start, I don't know why this is either. If one person start wiping down or like I'm about to do my chore, it seems like the other ones want to get up and do it too. So that has lately been like a Sunday thing that we do because everybody's usually home around that time. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something that we do together and then we help each other and then we end up spending time together doing that. Or if I'm going to put something together, which I really love doing, I love a good DIY. Okay, love it. If I'm going to put something together, I'd be like, do y'all want to help me? No, that's okay. You helping me. Come on. This is going to
Mm-hmm.
be fun. And we do that together. And that can help out with like giving them that, what do you call that? Togetherness. Togetherness. Like no matter what, I'm gonna help my brother. No matter what, I'm gonna help my sister. I'm gonna help my mother. That will help build that. You know what I'm talking about? I can't find a word right now.
No, I completely understand that. I was actually thinking about how I could have them create that bond because now my kids are more of, they're, I don't know, they act like they're a one child. They all have that one child syndrome, and it's for you guys. Like, why do you have that? So I don't know. It's so confusing to me sometimes. I don't know. They're just, I don't know. I guess that's how I raise them. I don't know. I don't know.
They just look, if they feel like they're the only child when they really have mad siblings, that means you're doing a good job, honey. That's what I think. That's what I say.
Mm. Mm.
Because I
It's
definitely ain't get no single child, only child syndrome. I didn't feel none of that. Next thing, oh, teamwork. That's what the word I was trying to find. It creates teamwork, okay, within the siblingry. I know for a doggone fact that can't nobody come over and mess with my son. except for his sister. Can't nobody mess with him in reality. In reality. And if she sees him struggling, she's gonna help him no matter what. Even if I'm like, Heaven, please let him do it. Let him do it by himself. She's still like, it's okay, mom. You want to build that teamwork throughout the family unit. Next, number 3, quality over quantity. So it's not about how many times a week you do something. It's not about the amount of time, but it's about the quality of the interactions or the sessions or whatever it is that y'all doing. It's about the quality of it. Just having a conversation with your child like you was doing with Anthony, you said, when you come home, how was your day, mom? And then he tell you about his day. That means the world to the kid, the one-on-one time. And it's not about how many hours you talk to him. It's about every day I come home, tell my mom my day. And she tell me her day. And we talk about it. So quality over quantity.
Most definitely. I agree. Once I get off of this podcast, I'm going to do gingerbread cookies. So spending time with my kids, like I said, I can be so tired because I just got off work. So I can be so tired. But I bought those cookies. And of course, my youngest was like, we're about to do the cookies. I said, no, hold on. We're going to do it today, but I got you. I like to do just different little activities with them, especially if I can. I don't care how tired I am. Just know once I'm passed out. Leave me alone.
That's me too. Once that door closes, please don't fix your fingers to knock. Because my door be open all day long. Don't fix your fingers to knock on that door once it closed. Number 4, visual aids. I think none of us have forgotten, but you have a child on the spectrum. Visual aids, honey. For your child on the spectrum, visual schedules can help them understand when it's their time. So let's make all these tools that we're using, let's make them functional for your child with autism as well. For example, don't just put the schedule up there with the words and you don't know if your child on the spectrum is reading well or not. Are you going to go there and read the schedule to them every day? I don't think so. And plus, you want them to be independent enough to go to the schedule and be like, boom, this is what we're doing. So visuals. For me, I had a little camera and I just took pictures of things around the house and I put them in the little slot for when it's going to happen, what day it's going to happen. And all of his chores have pictures, like the kitchen sink, the broom, the whatever. So I make it functional for him so that he can look at it quickly and identify quickly, this is what it is. This will help them understand when it's their turn to do something and when you'll be with the siblings. So this is going to help with your chores and then also your family time, your one-on-ones with the other kids. You could put that there too. During this time, we're going to have one-on-one with Jason. During this time, we're going to have one-on-one with Jamarcus. Where these names coming from? During this time, we're going to have one-on-one time with Mary and them. And knowing what's coming will help relax their anxiety about just life in general. Not having control over what's going on the day-to-day. Imagine how much that could stress your child out. I think that's another thing that we moms and parents in general don't think about. We just be like, come on, put your shoes on or get up, it's time to go. And we don't be like the day before, tell them tomorrow we're going to be doing this or next week we're going to be doing this. Boom, that's where the schedule comes in. Do you have anything on visual aids? Do you guys have some?
I have a planner with a calendar on it, and anytime something important happens or for that month, I'll put it on the calendar. And I'll just also I like to put little notes for them just to give them inspiration for the month or the day and things of that nature. But that's pretty much it. My household is very structured, so I don't like to really change anything. We come home, we do our homework. After that, you have your downtime. Then after that, we taking our baths. We're eating because by that time it's time to eat. And then after that, we're doing our chores and we're going to bed. I really have a very strict structure, day-to-day structure. And I've learned that with having multiple children, because if you don't have that structure, everybody's going to do their own thing. Then you're going to be it's chaos. It really is. Mm-hmm. And so I like to have a structure. If something changes, I do inform all my children what's going to happen. So if I don't, then they're going to ask me over and over again. So
because they expect it already. So if you don't
Exactly.
do it, they're gonna be reminding you. And that's how you build that good family structure. When you get older and start forgetting, they're gonna be like, Mom, come on. They got you. Your kids got you. Look, they
I
got you.
think so too. I think I really have a good set of kids. Every time I date anybody, they're like, "Ooh, 4 kids," but then they see my kids and they're like, "You got really good kids. You don't have problems." That's because I hold a lot of structure in my household. I'm not a big disciplinarian as far as, oh, I'm getting in the belt. No, my kids don't play with me like that, so I don't have to worry about that.
Mhm.
But it's just you got to keep that structure. You got to keep that balance in your household. That way, kids they know what they're supposed to do. When I come home, I know I'm not supposed to just roughly get on my tablet. I'm supposed to do my homework and make sure my classwork is done. And then I have my downtime. I'm supposed to do this. I started the whole coming in and speaking to me because I don't know. I feel like that's rude. When don't just come in my house and you see I'm sitting here. We gotta let me talk to you. Let me get to know you, see what you're doing. That way you can build that bond between your kids. So I don't know. I like to keep structure. And then, like I said, we have the calendar. So if anything important happens, or even if somebody simple birthday is coming up, it's on the calendar. Look at your how many days we count down for your birthday.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's pretty much my house.
Love that. I love that. You're doing so good, friend. You're doing so good already. I can tell.
And I question myself a lot about as far as if I'm doing a good job as a mom or oh my gosh, I feel like I'm a bad mom. And a lot of people have to tell me, Sade, you're not a bad mom. You're doing fine.
Episode right here should tell you. You didn't even prepare for this. You
I
didn't
did.
prepare for this. You already knew what your family dynamic is so tight is up here already. So you and look, we didn't even go over the stuff before you started saying it, the tips. You know what I'm saying? You're
Okay.
doing really great.
Thank you.
Girl. Well, I could tell that you were like you were a little bit shitting on yourself a little bit. I could tell just by some of the stuff you were saying, your tone. I'm like, girl, you better know you're doing a good damn job. You better know. You out here doing the damn thing, kids marching around.
Not marching
No.
though.
All right. Number 5 tip. This is the last one too. And I think one of the most important ones, lean on your village. I know I have to do that a little bit more, honestly, because I don't utilize my village as much as I should, honestly, because I feel like we burden them a little bit. Feel like it a little bit, because not everybody has the patience and the credentials to deal with a Stacy situation if we get to anything. Not saying my son's violent or nothing like that, but he has uh support needs that not everybody is aware of, and he's not fully communicating. So to me, I feel that if he were to go to anybody's house, they would have to work extra hard to make sure he good.
Right.
Basically, we have to prompt him to communicate. So even if he was hungry, we would have to be like, "Are you hungry?" And then we would have to be like, "Use your tablet, yes or no." So he has to be prompted in that way, and then that make me feel like they have to work extra hard. So because I work extra hard, I know I do. So if I were to leave him with somebody for any amount of time, I basically want to know that they're willing to work extra hard. So if I don't know that, then I just don't. But I've already started talking to some of my family members and my friends about it, and they were very offended that I don't lean on them, basically. If I wanted to go somewhere real quick, or actually last week my car broke down a little bit, and I needed somebody to pick up Stacy, and I was just gonna go take a Uber over there. I was just gonna take a Lyft to pick him up, and
Oh
then
wow.
go back home. I didn't even want to bother nobody. I didn't want to bother nobody. But I will get better because they said I shouldn't think of us being a bother just because they have to work a little bit harder. So I guess if they are in my village and still here, then I will lean upon them if I want to do something without my son. So this could be friends, family. And then they also mentioned local autism support groups. Apparently, there are support groups out here that do stuff together all the time. And you can drop them off. I looked it up in Virginia, anyways. In Virginia, anyways, they get to a certain level, you can drop them off, and they go to Sky Zone, whatever, because they have people that are like, what do you call those people that work for free? Volunteers. They have volunteer chaperone people that
Yeah.
will make sure your kid's good. and then you can go off for 2 hours and come back. They have stuff like that. There's stuff out there, groups, support groups, etc. And then some of the support groups are just moms supporting each other, and then they reach out to you like, do you want to go out this week? I'll be with the kids, or I want to go out this week, can you be with the kids? And then you find support groups that way. I'm not in any support groups or anything, but I feel like I do have a lot of friends and family members over here that I can start to ask and stop feeling that I'm that burden, because they said that I'm not, so I'm gonna believe them. And just taking a small break, that little 2 hours, like I said, it can do a lot for your energy levels. It can get you back. You know what I'm saying? What about you, Sade? What the village doing? Is the village helping?
So I used to say I didn't have a village, because my I don't know if I told you. Well, my family, my big family gave up on me because I came out. And I
What?
felt for a while, yeah, I felt for a while like I didn't have anybody. But like I said, this year was very hard because it felt like I didn't have anyone. So I kind of was like, it's okay. We're gonna create our own family. I got 4 kids. That's what having a lot of kids for, because we're gonna have our own family, and it's okay. But I don't want to discredit the friends that I do have. So I'm glad that you said that, because I've had when my friends will come in, and if I just needed somebody to talk to or cry to, or just somebody to listen to me, I had those friends. And then, of course, my sister came around towards the end of this year. And like, if I needed to run to the store, which is something like a lot of people be like, oh, it's just the store. That's a lot. It means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? The girl I was dating, she was helping a lot. So it was just like, for some people, they may not be a village. It may not be a village, but for me, it was. Because when I needed somebody, they knew what I was going through. They was like, Sade, it's okay. Call me, because I was breaking down this year. Like I said, it's been hard. I was breaking down so much, friend. Like it was so crazy. It was just too much happening at once. And I'm just happy that I made it through because of the little people I did have, you know. And it wasn't a lot of people, but it was just enough. And I'm happy for them.
Don't discredit your village. Y'all heard that. Don't.
Yeah, at all.
You gotta be huge, okay? I don't think mine is huge, but I know for a fact there are a lot of people that care about what happens to Stacy, and that's another thing y'all gotta remember. There's a lot of people that care. You might not really necessarily want to f with these people. You might not, but do they care about your child? And will they be like, absolutely, I want to spend time with them while you go and do whatever you do? You got to think about that too. You don't have to hang out with them, but hey, if they're responsible enough to care for your child, then I think you definitely should lean on them as well. They can be a part of you ain't gotta like everybody in the village, okay? I mean, it would be ideal. It would be ideal. You want to build it to what
Mhm.
it should be. And the village ain't going, it don't have to be like everybody else's village, like all the aunties, the uncles, the cousins, the whatever. Like me and Sade say, it can be your friends that come around, your partner, if you have one. But we single in this podcast episode, so it ain't gonna be our partner right now. But my sister, for one, I have three, actually four friends that live at least 30 minutes away that will gladly anytime text Stacy. They love him. Love him. My mother, of course, my father, of course. I have quite a few people that I just don't be calling upon. And guess what? They're gonna start hearing from me 2025. Okay, because I'm gonna be out in these streets. Okay. Probably going to start it. Definitely. Definitely going to see Sade, and I'm not bringing Stacy. Not that he gonna do nothing. I just want to spend time away from him, and I'm allowed to. Okay.
And you are, most definitely.
Yes, we allowed to. We need that time. So, with those tips we just gave y'all, to every single mom out there, hats off to y'all. Y'all out there is just thriving. Okay. And I don't care how hard that you think your day is, you're doing it. Okay. The fact that you get up and do it again means a lot. because this isn't for the weak.
I wanted to say, like, if for all the single mothers, I get it. It's gonna get so hard, and you're gonna like want to give up. Because trust me, I've wanted to give up so many times. Tried to at one point. That's another story. But don't give up because those little people that call you mom, they need you. When I was a child, I didn't have a biological mother growing up, and my only promise was, you know, I just need to be there for them, and so they need you. So don't give up, even when it get hard. You got it. It's okay, and it's okay to ask for help. And that's a lot coming from me to say because I am very hard. It's so hard to ask for help. I forgot to mention that, even your kids' school, they'll help you as well because like, I didn't even know what I signed, but now my kids are getting extra presents for Christmas. And so it's like, it's okay to say, I need help.
Asking for help is a sign of intelligence.
Oh, I never knew that.
It is, honey. Even sitting there doing research and stuff, because you don't know something, you're going to find out. Please come help me. Okay? But yes, absolutely. Like Sade said, you're gonna have bad days, but you just get up and you keep going. And guess what? One bad day does not equal bad life. And I actually learned this from my therapist. One bad day does not equal bad life, which is true. It doesn't. The most important thing is that your kids are good. They're safe and they feel love, even if everything isn't perfect. So you might think the house is pandemonium, chaos even, everything all over the place. Look at your kid. I guarantee you they sitting over there minding their business, playing with their little toys. They don't care. Okay?
Mom thing doesn't come with a pamphlet, so it's okay.
No. There's no pamphlet. There's no nothing. Y'all might look at us and be like, OMG, Shay and Sade got to get together. We don't know what we're doing. Nobody does. Sade, you know what you're doing?
I don't. I'm neither playing it by ear,
That's basically what life is. You do stuff, see if it works. If it's a disaster, you don't do it again. You fix it, modify it, whatever you got to do. But none of us, we don't know what we're doing. We just continue to do the stuff that works. And then we tell y'all, you see what I did there? You
I like that.
Okay, and if you found anything in today's episode helpful, please share it with another mom, another parent, whoever. It don't gotta be a mom, who might need some of this encouragement. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.